Welcome back to the channel. My Game Pass subscription is up in 2 days. That is 3.5 years at $1. And I was thinking about, do I resubscribe to Game Pass or do I just sort of get Xbox Live Gold? Now, Xbox Live Gold, in my opinion, is pretty bad. The games that they've been releasing have been just, in my opinion, awful. But I've been on Xbox Live for 17 years. I don't know if you lose that little 17 badge, whatever it is. It's ridiculous. It's almost as ridiculous as using trophies and achievements to somehow, prove that you're a gamer. But I figured, why not just stick with gold? And I'm thinking, in the 3.5 years, what did I play on Game Pass? What was exciting about being subscribed to it? And for me, as somebody who's been playing video games for a really long time, I don't really find much on Game Pass that's exciting me. And the problem is geared towards Microsoft and their first party. I'm a person who buys a system and I want the console manufacturer to make good games for me because third-party games are everywhere. I don't care about slight resolution or slight frame rate issues. The closest in power that these two consoles have ever been is this generation, so it comes down to the creativity of the company and what they're creating. And for Microsoft, it seems like they want to create a service like Windows rather than actually create these cool, unique experiences. And I know what you're going to say, that, well, once they acquire all of these studios, they're going to start working on new games, and that's fine. But it's been 20 years. They've had a really long time to build up studios and create new IPs that carry from one generation to the next. And they really haven't done that since the original Xbox. That felt more like they were going forward as opposed to just stagnating or even moving backwards. So I've decided that I'm just going to let it expire, probably get gold. And when these first party games like Fable and Starfield, now we're hearing maybe 2024, some of these games are going to come out. It's a little crazy to think that internal studios are just not working, even in the midst of all this nonsense around acquiring. I don't know why I said acquiring and drug it out that way, acquiring, but I did. Even the nonsense around acquiring Activision, there's still people working there creating games, correct? They're still working, making Hellblade. They're still working on Perfect Dark. Are they not still working on Fable? And if they're not, what's been going on with these other smaller studios? So at some point, I think maybe I'll resubscribe when these games come out, because as somebody who's been playing on the Xbox since the original Xbox and really was sucked in with the Xbox 360, even pulling me away from the PlayStation 3 for quite some time, but then PlayStation once again started with their first party games. I feel like, to try out their first party games for $1 or maybe $15 is a lot safer than spending what is now going to be $70, the industry standard. Microsoft confirmed that their games will be $70. I feel like it's much safer to give them $15 for a few weeks, try the game out, and then let it expire if those games are bad. So for me personally, Microsoft's sort of on a wait and see schedule. I don't know about what they're doing. I don't really have much to go on in terms of a track record of creating quality IP. For instance, there's no equivalent at Microsoft to Naughty Dog. I know what Naughty Dog is going to create is going to be great. I know what Insomniac is going to create is going to be great. For instance, Spider-Man 2 and Wolverine, I know I'm going to purchase those as soon as they come out. There isn't that equivalent feeling when it comes to Xbox, and that's not my fault. That certainly isn't your fault. That's Microsoft and Xbox's fault. So while they're stuck in this acquiring everybody phase, I feel like somebody there should say, well, at some point, maybe we should actually start creating things. Maybe we should hire creative people. Maybe there's a creative spark that we need, that we've been missing, that we need to go after, rather than just worrying about making sure that the service called Game Pass turns into Windows and no other service has a chance. I feel like that's something that's holding them back. And I don't know, maybe you like that, maybe you don't like that. I personally find it to be a little bit distracting and a bit disappointing when it comes to creativity and excitement. But let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. And if you would do me a favor, small channels need help and support. Maybe hit the like button. At the very least, hit that like button. If you would, maybe consider even subscribing. I'd appreciate that. This is Metroid Dread, by the way. Fantastic 2.5D Metroid game. on the Switch, the best-selling Metroid game of all time, which is really strange to me because I love the Metroid series, and the Metroid Prime games are absolutely incredible. I'm playing Metroid Prime right now on my GameCube, and this is the most successful Metroid game. So hopefully they can transition the success of this into Metroid Prime 4, which should be incredible with Retro Studios back working on it. As always, these type of videos are just my personal opinion. I don't sway the industry. I don't have the final say in what the larger gaming market wants. I could be completely wrong. This is just my own personal wants when it comes to the Xbox or the PlayStation or the Nintendo, whatever I'm talking about. And I just don't have that excitement that I used to have when it comes to the Xbox brand. I'm not really interested in just a Me Too service. I'm interested in the creativity of the company and what they are creating to contribute to the culture of video games.